Alright, welcome to another edition of What the Fuck, happenings in the YouTube atheist community. Things seem a little dull this week, but I guess there is stuff going on, really. When I look at the little piece of paper, there's stuff written down, so stuff did happen. I guess first off I'll say I was in Stickham last night, pretty long night. It was pretty good. A lot of conversation was active all night long, and, a little politics, a lot of philosophy. It's good stuff. Thanks to Citizen Worm, and Astronaut was there. Astronaut, I should have him on the list because he has made some really good. He's getting really professional in his video production standards, and he's making some quality videos. So I'll just throw that in there. Plug. And but no, it was a good night. So thank you to everybody who was there and participated and tolerated me. Not too many kickings. It was weird though. This guy, some guy's got a new, a new attack strategy for blowing rooms up, and he was pretty effective. But I guess they stopped him. But he just, really messed the whole thing up. I mean, you'd have to start all over. But anyway. Alright, so on to the regulars. The Amazing Atheist, I did one of those just about sick videos, but I don't remember a damn thing in it. So I don't know if he said anything really stupid or not, because I don't remember it. So I guess he didn't, because I would remember if he did, I guess. So it must have been okay. It must have been things I can agree that are sickable. The other one was, did a video because he was pissed off at some right-wing guy because he deleted his comments or something on one of his videos, and I guess he wanted to argue with him and he wouldn't let me argue, so he decided to make a video, arguing with the guy. And that was okay because it was, politically acceptable rhetoric that he was defending. So that's about it there. Captain Awesome, I have to say that video with the skinny butt guy on the muscles, that was his brother. Yeah, I don't bother reading the little text things sometimes, so I didn't realize it was Brother Awesome. So anyway, so I guess the captain isn't 6'1". I guess he's, shorter than that and lighter, I guess. I don't know. So he probably shouldn't have fought Fake Sagan because he'd probably get hurted. But anyway. And then he did a little rag on McCain's ads. I guess he was defending them in one respect, saying, well, they're not the worst political ads ever because there's been lots of bad ads in history. Disgracefully cheap, shoddy, and all that kind of crap. But he did say they're just the stupidest ads, in history. So that's okay. Anyway, kind of boring stuff. Crossesborg did a video on this Lord Shadrach guy. Everybody really hates. I think he's kind of okay. I mean, he's a Christian nut, but he's a Christian nut. I mean, he says Christian nuts go. He's tolerable. But he kind of implied he was a pedophile because there's videos in the car and stuff, and I thought that was really, unnecessary rhetoric. I mean, just attack his arguments. You don't need to attack, the personal thing and all that crap. But whatever, do whatever the fuck you want, people. You're all out of your mind. But whatever. Then Fake Sagan. Alright, Fake Sagan did this video. I didn't forget. It was boring as hell, number one. Number two, I don't get the whole fucking point. I mean, it's basically endorsing loyalty oaths, but not the Pledge of Allegiance. But the Pledge of Allegiance should be an oath to the United States Constitution. And somehow that would mean something. And this is a guy who's advocating overthrowing the government. I mean, he obviously doesn't have any respect for the Constitution because the Constitution is what created the democracy that got out of control, that rewrote the Constitution. So what the fuck is he talking about? And what Constitution? From what year is the Constitution sacred? I mean, is it the 1784 Constitution or the 1812 Constitution? What Constitution do we have to take an oath to? Because, I mean, the current one, the 11th and 14th Amendment, don't exist anymore. But whatever. I just don't see the point of the video. I mean, why doesn't he just directly say what his fucking politics are? Why doesn't he just come out and say exactly what the fuck he's talking about instead of talking around in fucking goddamn circles? Alright, anyway, Kobe, he did kind of a stupid video. No, he didn't endorse pedophiles, but I mean, he excused it. He compared it to homosexuality. And it doesn't really even have, everybody can have empathy for anybody who has aspirations or desires that are unattainable in the real world. I mean, we can all want things that we can't have. And that's kind of pitiful and sad. And so you can feel sorry for people who have a sexual proclivity that is not, that can't be satisfied in the world that exists. And that's the way pedophiles have to live. They have to just accept that they can't have what they fucking want. because what they want is a taking. They can't have it without taking, because the people they want are not capable of making a competent decision. So fuck this. I mean, it's just bullshit to even bring it up. It's a third rail. You should get blown up for even touching its subject if you're not going to touch it and be clear that there's no excuse for any pedophile to act on his inclination. Alright, enough of that. That stupid Penn Jillette guy, I did do a video on his stupid video, but yeah, telling people not to vote. I mean, it was just fucking stupid. I don't know if there's anything else to say on that. Give me a break, man. I also made a video kind of endorsing the third party thing. And there's no point in endorsing third parties until you first fix the system. So until third parties make fixing the system their first priority, there's no fucking point in endorsing any third party that hasn't figured out that first they have to fix the fucking democracy. You gotta have instant runoff voting. You have something to eliminate the spoiler effect that there's just no damn point. Because it's going to be a very rare occasion you're going to have a third party that's going to be speaking to the majority of people. It's always going to be a minority interest, and minority interests just can't afford to be as arrogant as these third-party assholes. Anyway, enough said on that. The blog, oh yeah, the YouTube blog, I guess apparently I watched the film clips, they sort of did some anti-religion film clippy things. You know, and some of them were okay. I mean, little stories, little short films, whatever you want to call them. They weren't that hard on religion. They were more of a joke on cults. And yeah, one of them took shots at like the Catholic teachings of the Bible and shit, you know, and you know, the Immaculate Conceptions and things like that. But nothing that harsh. And of course, Jesus freak and the religious nuts got all pissy because you know, YouTube is endorsing making fun of religion. So I didn't even bother watching their videos. We just knew what they were going to rag about. Like it's sacrilegious. YouTube's not allowed to be sacrilegious. So fuck that shit. Tommy from the Bronx still promising a 1-hour episode of Tommy from the Bronx. You know, well, I ain't gonna watch it in one sitting, that's for sure. So it's gonna be 6 parts anyway for me, one way or the other. So I'll let you know maybe in a month or two. But anyways, he's nagging Captain Awesome. Apparently he's waiting for his performance before he can finish the whatever, the movie. Okay, Venom Fang X and Together for Peace stuff. Okay, so there's that whole controversy about the DMCAs. And, you know, Together for Peace apparently did try to help Venom Fang X, and the whole thing got fucked up. And so now they're mad at each other because, you know, whatever, and it doesn't really matter, who the fuck cares, because they both had kind of dirty motives in this whole thing of you know, DMCAing videos that maybe they didn't really have to DMCA. And the whole, well, I'll get to that point now, I might as well. There's a masked analyst keeps doing videos on this subject, and some other guy, whatever his name is, can't remember, Fifth Watcher or whatever, did a video, and you know, we're all arrogant fucks, because we're all saying this is what the law is, blah blah blah. And yeah, so the other two guys are fucking wrong still. Look, the DMCA thing is not unconstitutional if it's fucking applied properly. Alright? And the point is, when you file a DMCA, if you don't intend to go to court, you have violated, you've violated what you pledged to do. You've committed essentially perjury. So if somebody counter notices and you don't go to court, YouTube should suspend your account right away. They should give your IP address to the person who counterclaimed, because they have a right to prosecute you for not prosecuting them. All right? Because you promised to do it. You promised to take it to court so they could defend their right to do what they're doing, to use it the fair use way they're using it. And that's the way it's supposed to work. And so that would be a huge disincentive for people recklessly DMCAing. If the obligation was that they had to go to court, and if they didn't go to court when they got counter-noticed, and then they would be the one in jeopardy. Their account would be on the line because they didn't fulfill their end of the fucking bargain. And so if YouTube just enforced the damn policy the way it's supposed to be enforced, there wouldn't be any reckless use of this stupid DMCA. If that's the way, if the system worked that way, this DMCA thing could work. but they got to hold people who file the fucking DMCAs responsible for what their intention is. They have to fulfill their intention. That's where Venom Fang X, completely misunderstood. A lot of people misunderstood because YouTube doesn't make it goddamn clear. But it is clear on the damn form. It says you intend to protect your goddamn rights. And if you don't intend to do that, you shouldn't be filing a DMCA. So, there, a little bit of drama at the end.